Surprise, surprise, right in your eyes. Time for 18 different units for a guild war. Why? I have no particular fucking reason. I'm bored. So anyway, we're going into a Ran, Senya, and a Lilias. This team has actually been popping up a fair little bit. But you know what? There is a nifty little fun solution to that, and I like to call it Epic 7 Play the Animation. It's still Ran's turn. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. We're 4 non-attack skills in. That's 5. So now here's a 5th attack, and Shazam. That took 5 separate turns to react to 1 unit going in for 1 single attack. I love this strategy. So what exactly are we doing? Ran takes his first turn. He uses his S2, S3. So even if you get an RNL, this is where the beauty of this comes in. He goes in, and then it procs the whole team to do the shenanigans. So the order of operations is Ed is going to attack with Rise first. This will strip the skill null. Then this will proc your Rimuru to attack into the Ran. This will then, if you have enough crit damage and you're confident in your damage, you should kill the Ran with the attack that you do. And then from there, you just basically do an order of operations tell of who to delete next. Probably either going to be the Senya or the Lilias. It really depends on how you're feeling in that particular moment. And with that being said, that match is pretty fun whenever it works out. I haven't had it fail yet, but I'm pretty damn positive it possibly can. Now, on to this next one where we have ae-Winter, ae-KARINA, and Apocalypse Ravi. Well, we have Straze on the team. We're just fast enough. We have no debuffs on us. We have Benny Mars Taichi. Shazam! The Apocalypse Ravi is fucking dead. So, the other big thing that we're dealing with here now is we're dealing with ae-KARINA, and we're dealing with ae-Winter. Now, because we had stealth on our Muse Rima right here, we weren't attacked by the ae-KARINA. And here I'm making just a quick guesstimate because we're at 78% health on Yulha, and I then make a determination of, yeah, I think I can survive one more big hit from the ae-Winter, because whenever you use a non-attack skill, this is going to then proc the ae-Winter. Now, Shazam, she has her S3 again. So then that's going to go into my Yulha yet again, who I don't believe has lost her immunity yet. No, she is not. So we still have immunity, we have really, really low health, and it's just perfect our turn. Sure, it doesn't work out perfectly where you activate Malicious Smile, and then you, like, you give yourself a big barrier and you go to the front, so then you are primed and ready to kill a unit. But we had, just low enough HP, we were able to go into the ae-KARINA, we do death-piercing damage, we just pretty much knock her the fuck out. And right here is a matter of, well, just a little bit of baby hits into the ae-Winter, because as soon as the ae-Winter is, left alone and you can attack her freely, the ae-Winter can't do shit to you. Now, here is another fun fight of a Senya, a Rimuru, and an Ocean Breeze Luluca. It looks like it might be kind of annoying to deal with. However, there is a very huge, very gaping, very bad hole that's in this defense. And that being, the only real true threat is Rimuru. It's this Rimuru right here. And he does decent damage, because he was on Portrait of Saviors. But the problem is, he's on Portrait of Saviors. He's not on Proof of Valor. And with him not being on Proof of Valor, he's going to take exceptionally more damage. And not only that, well, as soon as he goes down, the whole team just falls the fuck apart. So what I have here is I have Blue Krau. Krau is there strictly to tank pretty much every hit that's going to go into him. I have Roana with me, who is going to do any and all kind of heals. So, like right here, I'm determining, do I want to use S3 or do I want to use S1? So I was like, you know what? I have a lot of insurance on me. I have Holy Sack. I have Revive on Roana that I just don't feel like it's worth it to use yet. And I wanted to do big damage with Horse, because if I healed with the S3, I think I would heal more HP with the S3 instead of just using like an S1 heal with Celestine. So I just go for it, and Shazam, we were able to knock the Rimuru out. Because, hey, I knew he had Portrait of Saviors. He didn't have Proof of Valor. And because of that, oh yeah, I'm just going to do big damage even if I miss. I don't give a fuck. So now that we've already killed the one real threat on the team, that being Rimuru, now all we have left is Senya and Ocean Breeze Luluca. So Ocean Breeze Luluca is going to be really, really painful for him in general, because two different reasons. One, I can pretty much control at any time whenever the truck's going to come out, and that's an AoE hit. An AoE hit going into your LRK, and anytime an AoE goes into your LRK, that is 2 turns of cooldown reduction instead of 1. You don't want to do that. Because the more bikes that you get, the faster the match is going to be. Now, I say the faster the match is going to be. It's no secret. This is the longest fight in the entirety of the Guild War because we're essentially doing a whole bunch of sustained shenanigans. But either way, that's pretty much what we're dealing with here. Like, the Rimuru's already dead. We don't have to worry about death breaks. We don't have to worry about buff stealing, anything really, really stupid like that. So all we have left is the Senya and the Ocean Breeze Luluca. So I just like, okay, I'll just divide up my damage in any way that I really see fit. If I see a counter that's on the Senya and I feel confident in myself, because I don't have a cleanse. This is the scariest thing about this entire team, is I don't have a cleanse. So if that Senya was rocking, oh, I don't know, say like 150 effectiveness or something like that, and then she could just lock me down, and I wasn't confident in the healing of my Roana, I could possibly just be soloed by the Senya. Thankfully, that doesn't happen, because I'm very confident in the actual ER that my LRK has, and also the Celestine and Vigilant Eye procs of my Roana, to where I don't even lose my Krau once. Like, he doesn't even die once, and he has Holy Sack on him. And I always go into a Rimuru with Holy Sack Krau. Biggest reason why I do that is just because you never know just how damn strong a Rimuru is going to be. Sometimes they're piss weak and they're just there for utility for the sake of stealing buffs. Sometimes they're strong as fuck and they will annihilate you in a single attack because Rimuru has really good multipliers. Now, then this next one is just... This is very, very basic, very, very easy Dark Corvus bait. Why is it Dark Corvus bait? Well, you're essentially going into 3 lights. Need I fucking say more? Like, straight up, Unbound Knight Arowell, that is your light damage mitigator tank. She's there to basically just make the fight take longer. If I wanted to, there is another very simple solution to this, and it's something that I should have done. I don't know why I didn't even try it. The big thing I could have done, I could have brought auxiliary lots and Arunca. Now, there's one scary factor with this, and that is, because what I would have done is I would have used auxiliary lots to boost up Arunca, and then I would have gone into the Lionheart Cermia. Only one scary thing there is a matter of if the Lionheart Cermia is fucking stacked. And this one in particular is rocking Proof of Valor. So because this one's rocking Proof of Valor, and I was even thinking about that in the back of my head, oh yeah, that sounds like it's really dangerous. I probably shouldn't do that, because this is easy as fuck Dark Corvus bait. Because straight up, hey, looky there, we have Devil's Descent. We're immune to stun. We have, we're gonna have Soul Burn very, very easily. Like right here, we're also going through Escort from the Arowell. This is gonna kill. It does that much damage. It's ridiculous. Shazam, the Lionheart's dead. And she's extinct. So that's where Arunca can work against Spirit Eye Celine teams. It's just a matter of if you don't feel confident in the damage that you deal, even with attack buff. Like if you're dealing with like Proof of Valor, and you're dealing with Escort, and you're dealing with like a really, really thick-ass unit, you really run a very high risk of just not being able to kill. That's if you're not, like, confident in it. Like, if you have, for example, a maxed Little Queen's Huge Crowned artifact, and you also happen to have, like, 7k attack or some shit, I think you should be okay. I don't have that. So that's why I didn't do it. So basically, the big thing that I decided to do instead was, so yeah, Dark Corvus bait, very, very simple. The other 2 units that I have with me are Shuna and Destina. Destina, strictly as an anchor, she is a res, she is Guardian Ice Crystal's holder, and the only unit that's going to even be attacked is Dark Corvus, and these are all single target units, except for the Lionheart Cermia. We deal with her before we even deal with an AoE, so we essentially have 2 big HP batteries that are on the other side of the field, which is what's really, really nice about Shuna. Shuna does an HP redirect with her S2. What that does is, it doesn't really heal, per se, it just redistributes the remaining health that's on your team. So if you have, like, really big, thick-ass bruisers on one side, and then you have, like, I don't know, something really, really squishy, that squishy unit's going to have full HP. Stuff like that. So, it kind of works out in my favor here, but then I had like a nifty little idea. Wait a minute. What if I utilize the Soul Burn that Shuna has just to deal a little bit more damage to the Spirit Eye Celine, because Spirit Eye Celine is weak as fuck defensively. The only thing that's really crazy about her is the fact that if you crit her while she has possession up, she'll counterattack you. Because, like, look at that shit. That was 21, like, 2100. So, like, that was almost like half of her health right there with that one turn that Shuna had. So then I'll just go in with my Dark Corvus S3, just finish off the rest of the HP. Yeah, I'm a fucking genius. Nah, not really. Now, here was a nifty attempt at a neat idea. So I went her. What does she do? She stuns you and she does extra damage. If she crits you, I have anti-crit up. And anti-crit didn't do shit. And then I just remembered, oh yeah, if Mort is attacked, there's like a 30% chance, or it's a 20% chance, there's a chance of him fucking counterattacking. And because of that, he activates his S2 passive now, which is no longer on like an RNG like particular cooldown. It just fucking works. So because of that one counterattack right there, my entire plan is completely fucked. However, it is not over, because we do have enough bulk on Mort to actually tank a little bit of damage here. Case in point, he ain't fucking dead yet. I'm very, very surprised he's not dead yet. So I brought Mort, Angelic Montmorancy, and Navy Captain Landy to this. Navy Captain Landy strictly to tank the Apocalypse Ravi and to give anti-crit to Mort, because this is where the anti-crit comes in. Notice how the extra damage didn't come in? That's how her S3 works. So, yeah, she's at 10,000 extra additional damage if she lands a critical hit. Even though she missed on that last one, the very next S3 she's going to do is actually going to do 15,000. So, whenever she does it again here, if she crits me, she's going to deal 15k, or 15k. Spoiler alert, that fucking happens, because, yo, anti-crit's a meme. But, like, this is where the idea was, if you wanted to use more, I have him on, like, a really, really niche-ass injury set. I highly recommend you probably just don't have him on an injury set. You lose too many stats, and with... Oh, and hey, straight up, thanks, Elbrus Ritual Sword, you just saved the day. Thanks, Landy, you're based as fuck. So, basically, the rest of the team is dead, thanks to Salvo Procs, and pretty much, yeah. But what was I even saying? I was basically saying, like, yeah, with Mort, I have him on, like, a really trap-ass injury set. If you wanted to use Mort in the way that I was planning to use him, where he was going to use his S3 and then eventually use his S2 after an S1 attack, then to gain, like, you know, cooldown reduction because he has Ancient Dragon's Legacy up, you kind of want to have a little bit of speed. Because if you have the speed, then you can actually make that work and you can turn cycle more effectively. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out. However, it still worked out just fucking grand. Ooh-wah! And then finally, for the last match, it's Zio, Rimuru, and ae-KARINA. So I just decide, if I'm going to continue to use all different heroes for every single fight, I guess I might as well just go into this shit with nothing but RNG evade units. Like, I don't really have much else that I can really pull from. Because if I was going to go into an ae-KARINA, I really, really want to bring Shuna into that. Like, Shuna's my go-to answer anytime I'm dealing with ae-KARINAs, because ae-KARINA, this particular damage, when it hits, hurts like a motherfucker. Fortunately for me, we have invincibility up on our 2 evade tanks, and the Rocket Punch actually deals the killing blow to the Adin. Unfortunately, though, Adin is now no longer there on the field, so then that leaves the Rimuru to go into somebody to steal the invincibility. So what this basically means is, okay, so we're just going to be delayed for a single turn. However, everything is still perfectly fine, because the only thing that can go wrong now is basically if Rylet was dead here. So now that he did actually do some dodging, we can go into the Rimuru, deal big fucking damage, hopefully we kill, which we do, because, yeah, we deal just enough damage to go in and take him out. And now, if Rylet was to go down here, we're still fine, because we're dealing with a blue versus a green, and that is an ae-KARINA versus a violet. Sure, she will do some pretty decent additional damage to him, but she's never going to hit him, which means the S3 is never really going to hurt super, super bad. Only Rocket Punch is really going to hurt bad. And I think I would have enough lifesteal on my Violet to be able to kill her before I would lose. And Well, seeing as how Violet was about as useful as tits on a bull, Rylet just decided to solo pretty much that whole fucking team, and Shazam! We are done with the Guild War. Ooh woo. So, turns out some things are coming out, and I guess some people are kind of curious about my opinion on the new units. So hey, yo, Urban Shadow Shoe, don't have her yet. I'll probably try to roll and get her sometime this weekend. I don't know, we'll see. Basically, it's a matter of, hey, do you like injury? Yeah, cool, I love injury. Where the fuck is the unit that actually, like, heals injury? Oh, it's never gonna happen? Okay, cool. What about Brenus? Nah, fuck Brenus. Brenus doesn't exist. That's all I have to say about Urban Shadow Shoe. She does injury. That's basically it. I'll use it whenever I get it. And then for Midnight Gala Lilias. Okay, cool. So this is basically Huiyang 2.0 because of what she kind of does. The only real difference between her and Huiyang is the fact that she's a limited unit. So now SG doesn't have to absolutely fucking shit their pants whenever they release, Covenant selectors, so that you can't just pick the crazy-ass broken unit and then like, oh no, we just gave the entire community this really broken fucking unit. We need to nerf this shit now. So they don't have to ever worry about that happening because, quite frankly, we're never going to get a selector for a limited unit. But why exactly is this new unit going to be a problem? The biggest thing is, oh, hey, cool, she's going to do big, crazy-ass fucking damage, and the only thing that's going to stop you from, like, making her as crazy as Huiyang was is the fact that she needs more stat distribution. She needs attack, she needs crit damage, and if you want to go, like, turn 2 or whatever, you need effect resist. Kind of sucks, but, like, that's just the way it works. How do I feel about the unit? Honestly, I actually fucking hate Lilias. I think it's probably the character that I hate the most in this game, and there's a lot of units that I hate in Epic 7, but whenever it comes to the actual unit on paper, yeah, it's good. Should you pull for it? Yeah, it's good. I don't like her. I'm not excited about her. I don't really care for the design. I don't really care for the story. I really, really hate Lilias, but is she good? Yeah, just pull her. It'll be fine. Go for it. It'll be great. But either way, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to see more of my stuff, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm going to go take a nap.